Yo, what's up, my amigos and amigas? iDubbbz finally apologized to Ethan. I know, I'm late for the news. Better late than never video, am I right? Truth is, I finally got a job. Where, you may be asking? Well, just give me a moment. Okay, so, I work at a strip club. Nah, but for real, this was something that I wasn't expecting to happen. iDubbbz apologized again and dropped this apology video on YouTube 3 days ago as I'm making this video. It's 5 minutes and a few seconds long. Now, for those of you who don't know what's going on, check out my previous videos that I made about this matter. So, last month, iDubbbz made an apology video towards Ethan after Ian got a cease and desist, which a lot of people, including myself, saw it as a fake apology. An ungenuine apology, if you will. Last week, Ethan started a lawsuit towards iDubbbz, which now all leads to this very video. Let's take a look at it. Maybe this time he's being for real because empathy finally creeped up on him, just like how my grandpa goes to college campuses to creep upon girls. Let's watch the video.
Hello everyone, I am going to be talking about a very important and heavy topic for me. If you're unfamiliar with the context of any of this, I'll give you a brief rundown. But that is not the main purpose of this video. I do think it's important to share a little bit of my side of the story, but I don't want to take away from the purpose of this video, and that is to apologize to Ethan Klein and his family, especially his kids. Basically, Ethan is suing me for having rebroadcasted a statement made by Destiny on my stream. I did display the very disgusting comment for 40 minutes, and it was wrong. It was a comment from Destiny, and I even said that I don't agree with it, but it sort of highlights how I knew that it was a wrong thing to put out there into the universe and show people. Regardless of the point I was making, it was wrong.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this time Ian is being genuine. Don't get me wrong, there exists the possibility that this may also not be a sincere apology since, he got threatened with a lawsuit by Ethan. A true apology should be done without a threat of a cease and desist or a lawsuit in my opinion, but that may just be me. Something else that I want to point out is that iDubbbz suggested a trial by wits, aka a sparring match, which that is a dead giveaway that he wasn't taking this seriously. Either ways, I want to be positive and think that this time it's a true genuine apology. So yeah, kudos to Ian for that. When you spread misinformation about someone, you did some damages that can't be undone, so all you got left to do is apologize. It's just that there isn't anything else Ian can do regarding this matter. Let's be real here, iDubbbz did irreparable damage by sharing a rumor onto the internet that now there are people out there that still think Ethan is a pedophile who molests his kids. iDubbbz apologized for that twice. Like, what else does Ethan want Ian to do? Hop on stream and get butt-ass naked and do the helicopter while oiling himself up?
I was angry, and I was like, how do I get this guy to, one, not clip me, not mock me and harass me on his live stream, and two, this guy's a fucking bully. I'm angry. I'm angry that this multimillionaire is silencing people and suing people who have a much smaller audience than he does, and can barely defend themselves. And so I'm angry. I don't like bullies, so I wanted to do something that would have an impact, and without checking in with myself of whether or not that was a right or wrong thing to do. I justified it in my head at the time. I was like, okay, well, it's not my words, and it's actually said by a really bad guy, Destiny. Not a fan of that guy.
Yeah, no, you're entitled to your own opinion. You cannot like Ethan as much as you want. Hell, even I got haters who pop out here and there. But what you did wasn't the best thing to do. Instead of propagating that rumor, maybe you should have done a video talking shit about Ethan. Maybe a content cut, but not as cringy as the one you did. Anything but what you did would have been the way to go. Either ways, it looks like iDubbbz is finally realizing the error in his ways. Maybe empathy is finally creeping up on him at the ripe age of 35 instead of 30, as Anissa said. He's 5 years late, but hey dude, better late than never. This is emotional. I'm not surprised about Ethan suing now. For people saying that this is unfair and he's limiting freedom of speech, yada yada yada, there are two reasons he's suing now. One, people stealing his content. If I were to put my face onto a video I'm reacting to and I do a SS Sniper Wolf levels of commentary such as, oh, damn, that sucks. Oh wow, that is so cool. Then I get out of stream to eat some food and I leave for like 45 minutes while the video plays. That is considered stealing because you're not upporting anything. You're not doing much commentary. And the other reason, he dragged his children onto the beef. That is something you never do. You can criticize a person all you want, but you gotta leave the children out of it. What happens on the internet stays on the internet, right? Like, it's basic common sense that if you involve the family onto something that they have nothing to do, chances are you'll most likely get sued. I don't know why they're shocked if this is a normal reaction. And even after Ethan warned about what would be the consequence if you were to involve the kids into this, you not just did it, but you're shocked that it happened. It's basic common sense, bro. Like, come on. It's like putting your arm inside of an alligator's mouth and it bites you and you're shocked that it bit you. Like, it's so stupid. Either ways, iDubbbz is finally taking accountability for this, even if it's forced and not genuine. I think that if it wasn't for the lawsuit, he wouldn't not just apologize, he might have done something else as bad or worse than spreading that rumor.
It's very clear that it was never the right thing to do. It was a comment about Ethan and his children, and it was disgusting. I said at the time in the stream that I don't agree with it, but still sharing it and broadcasting it to people for 40 minutes, that was an irresponsible and reckless thing to do, especially for parents. Like, there are many parents with kids out there who do not want to see that shit, and it's painful. And I'm sure it was extremely painful for Ethan and Hila to read that shit and have it pop up again and again and again. And just because it's coming from a piece of shit guy, and I'm showing it to people, like, look what this piece of shit said. It's wrong. It's wrong to do. And I didn't come to this overnight, right? Like, to be frank, I'm angry. I do not like Ethan. I think he's doing a lot of damage to people online. And it changed the way that I was thinking about it.
Once again, if it wasn't for the lawsuit, Ian wouldn't be apologizing. But other than that, I'm really glad that he's finally realizing the error of what he did. That was a low blow for Ethan and it was pretty nasty, but this can't be undone. There is no other choice but to apologize and move on from that. The amount of harassment that Ethan has been receiving is insane. This exceeds from normal internet drama. It bled to the real life.
I didn't think about it. I didn't ground myself. I didn't think about, oh, like, who is actually being affected in this instance? And Ethan's family and his kids are being affected. I just because I don't like Ethan, I think it's wrong to find an attack vector that is his kids. It's foul. It's not okay. And I think it was wrong for me to use the Destiny screenshot as a cudgel to make my point. I didn't need to use the Destiny screenshot to make my point. There's a million other ways I could have done it, but I didn't. And I regret that I didn't, and I regret that I ever put that screenshot on my live stream. That's the main reason why I feel like I do need, for myself, for my soul, to own up to this and acknowledge that I went too far. It wasn't okay. Ethan and Hila and their family do not deserve that. At the end of the day, whatever happens with the lawsuit is what it is. For myself, I needed to make it known on the internet that what I did was wrong, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to behave that way. I want to make content that I'm proud of. I don't want to give in to a harassment back and forth online. I want to put my energy into making content that I can be proud of and that I'm not going to be ashamed of because I lost the plot. I want to stay focused. I want to check in with myself and know what it is I want to be and what I want to do and what message I want to spread. And this isn't a message I want to spread. So I'm sorry to Ethan and Hila and your family. You guys didn't deserve that. I'm going to think about all of this a lot more, I'm sure. But for now, I really do want to just get back to making the content that I want to make. Having said all that, I wish everyone the best. I genuinely want to see a better world, and I do not want to be a contributor to what makes it terrible. So long. Bye-bye.
This is a rare iDubbbz W, not gonna lie. And in that video, Ethan actually responded to it on the comment section saying, "Hi Ian, I appreciate a thoughtful apology. It means a lot. I've instructed my attorneys to drop the lawsuit entirely." So the lawsuit is no more. That is actually a good thing, because if this would have been taken to the court, I don't think anyone would win anything. So yeah, I really hope that there isn't any more beef between them. I hope they move on from each other and whatnot. Alright, anyways, what do y'all think about this? Leave it down in the comment section below. Alright, see ya.